What's up, everybody? This is a quick recap of a hike that I went on in the GORE Range near Vail, Colorado, in which I tried to get to Bubble Lake. It was supposed to be a 3-day backpacking trip, but unfortunately, we did not make it there. I ended up fairly close, but not quite there. Instead, what I did find was some secret ponds in the GORE Range that were absolutely stunning. This hike was from the Piney Lake area, which is one hell of a drive if you do make it up there. This is Nico, aka Muchacho, Mr. Wiggles, and this is Rufio, the Fluff, the Don Flip on. After a few miles, we reached Piney Falls, which is where we missed our one turn of the hike. It's not usually a good sign when you have to take out your phone to take a picture and then draw what appears to be a route from the bottom of a boulder field to the top of that boulder field, which was probably about a half a mile straight up. Extremely exhausting, but killer view with the Wiggles. At this point, we have zero trail, and we are essentially bushwhacking, so I decided to use my drone to fly upwards and try to see if we could find the lake. I was extremely excited to see a waterfall, which means that there is a body of water nearby. As I flew higher, it looked like there was an area where I would be able to camp for the night, in which my research had shown there is a spot on your first day of something similar, so we decided to camp there. This part of the trip isn't super well documented because it was extremely difficult, and I was now relying on the water from the stream with a water bottle filter for all of my water needs. What I found in terms of the camp spot was beyond my wildest dreams. I was absolutely blown away with the beauty of these wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous ponds sitting at the base of Peak C and nearby Mount Powell, just in the heart of the GORE Range, and I began exploring. As the sun starts to set and I start really diving into taking photos here, I couldn't be more blown away with the opportunity that I was given. I don't know exactly what other photographers are feeling when they get that moment, the one that really defines you, but I think I found it in this particular location, and I was able to snap a photo that I think is my flagship image, and it is probably the most difficult to achieve in terms of what we went through, the fact that there is no trail and that we are literally in the heart of just the GORE, and just being completely engulfed in that moment was everything. It was the reason why I took the wrong turn, and it was the reason why things happened the way they did. The tough times, the painful miles, the uphill struggle, just absolute hell, in order to see heaven. And for that, I'm truly thankful. Once the sun went down, I prepared a night lapse to record as I slept, and was able to capture a beautiful Milky Way and clear sky. Absolutely stunning. And the next morning, to add to the dream, we woke up and there were 6 or 7 mountain goats that had decided to join us for breakfast. I then decided to fly my drone again to see where I was located exactly and where Bubble Lake might be. With the drone, I located a ridge that appeared to lead to the actual trail that goes to Bubble Lake, which sort of looked doable. So I hiked up a boulder field to give it a closer look and see if I could scale down and then get on the right path. But after going up there, I realized that there was no way. It's at this point where you really realize that you are just in the middle of the mountains, miles and miles and miles away from another human being or town or civilization, which adds to the beauty and the harshness and the conditions, the difficulty getting there. From some shots, you can even see Vail in the background, which it's eons away. The trip back down the mountain was no easy task either. I slipped on a few logs trying to cover some distance and fell a few times, which was not fun, but we did end up at a super gorgeous campsite along a creek that runs into Piney Falls and Piney Lake as well. I never really feel upset or discouraged when things don't go exactly the way I planned, because when you're out in the middle of nowhere, in the woods, in the wilderness, in the mountains, things happen, and they always will happen. Being patient, being in the present, being mindful of the situation, and just trying to make the best out of everything. You don't get a whole bunch of time in this life, and the times that you do adventure out, if you will, you should definitely make the most of it, even if things don't go exactly the way you planned. I hope you enjoyed this quick little recap of this hike. I plan to do more in the near future. Let me know what you guys think, and please enjoy these photos that I was able to take. My flagship image is printed 40 by 60 on metal with black metal edges, and that is featured at iFurnish in Frisco, Colorado. You can also look at my website, www.mindovermirage.com, for more photos, and please let me know what you guys think. Thank you. Goodbye.